passes, bought some levels.
See,
Like,
and you don't go back to it like that.
Because y'all, if y'all say, hey, let's go, I made it run. All you gotta say is the right word. Yo, we trying to play. I'm like,
bro, I do need to get my feet wet again with this fighting stuff. Like right now, we're gonna get into it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a topic to get into. But I did finally beat Breath of the Wild, and I bought the DLC as soon as I beat it because I need to play this game again with the extra features, or at least keep, because the game you could explore it, bro. And like, even though you beat the game, like most Zelda games, even after you beat the game, there's still so much more you can do. Like collect more heart containers or whatever. But this game is so vast, it's incredible. And Nier Replicant, I've been really heavy into, but like I said, we'll get into that. But yeah, these DLCs and everything. But on that note, that's the intro. That's the intro. And now we're officially here. Let me introduce. This is Meter Marauders once again. Last week we were on a bit of hiatus doing our own thing. Cinco de Mayo. We all got drunk as fuck. Now playing, but we did have to. I anyways didn't mind that quick reprieve to step back, take a recollect, and decompress. So I appreciated that. But what about you, Thomas? How was last week for you?
I was supposed to be in Boston. I was supposed to go traveling, and then my job kind of
fucked you.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm still salty about it.
I remember you saying that there was some kind of issue, but you didn't really go into it. So god dang, that sucks, man.
So yeah, they
left a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, big time on that one. We ain't here for that.
Yeah, you're right. Don't want to open up healing wounds, or put some more salt in there.
I don't want to say what I really want to say on camera and then have it
resurface one day when we're blowing up. Yeah, I got you. So moving along, as you can see, we're back. This is Max, my boy Thomas.
What to do?
And you can see that we're looking a bit slim right now, but a wider screen, a better screen, you can see us a little better. So forget the other guys.
Like focus on us. I'm just gonna just be me.
Nah, James and King couldn't make it. They were busy. They had other priorities, other goals and dreams they had to prosper with. So we're gonna hold it down, us two, just like last episode, and hopefully this episode we don't go past 2 hours.
I have a plan in place this time.
My man got a timer on.
He's like, hey, just in case. Like last time we went, we're like, man, they ain't seem too bad. 2 hours. What?
No, it was like an hour and 20, hour and 30, right?
Nah, I think it was like an hour 30, hour 40. The one time was just us two.
Oh my god.
We went in and talked about everything.
That Mortal Kombat review was almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah, that was close. That was a close one.
Jesus. If y'all haven't checked it out yet, we did do a Mortal Kombat review, and it definitely has spoilers. We try to go in tandem with how everything was presented and what we liked, what we disliked, heavily disliked, really hated. And we just went in on. So check that video out after you're done with this one, of course. But yeah, we'll continue here, man. Introductions out the way. Max, Mr. Thomas, aka Mr. Random, aka Editor-in-Chief. You can see my man is here to hold it down with me. So let's go ahead and make it happen, man. You started off. How's been your week, and what's been going on with you this past week?
It's been pretty good. I've been playing. I wanted to play a lot more Nier than I did because I got caught up on. I was telling you earlier off camera. I got caught up on in Like a Dragon. I'm about to finish that pretty soon. I'm probably like last chapter, and it's a good story.
90 hours.
I'm like 89.42 seconds, like 89 hours, 45 minutes.
You might as well just turn it on right now and just get to the 90.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit 90. It's gonna be like what I did with Persona 5 Strikers. I got that platinum. Got another platinum.
Oh,
y'all need to know that.
God, another tallied up motherfucker.
This game I'm not platinuming because I'm nowhere close to it at 90 hours. So yeah, so I've been playing that. But then before, I made sure I started because Nier dropped, and I got Nier on the day it released. Nier Replicant, whatever that number is beside it. But yeah,
something 051, something like that.
Because Nier Replicant was the original Nier, but this, the remake. So
Gestalt and Replicant were the original Niers for Xbox 360 for the Replicant, and Gestalt was for Xbox 360, and Replicant was for the PS3.
Yeah. or PS2. PS2.
PS3. It's PS3.
PS2. That was
It's
a PlayStation.
PS3. Look it up. Oh man, because I remember because I know Gestalt was only ported to United States and
right too. The more I'm thinking about it, does sound right.
It's just the graphics look wonky as fuck, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was on PS2 with those graphics.
Cause I'm thinking Dragon Guard, and
that was PS2. Dragon Guard 1 and 3, no, 1 and 2 were on PS2, and 3 was on PS. No, yeah, 3 was on PS3.
Yeah, because that was and I need to play that one too. Yeah, you're right. Because 2010, man, it was at the okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah. All right, so how did you feel?
I'm enjoying it so far. It seems I'm a couple of missions in the combat I like. I think I like the combat of
Automata
better, but then I'm guessing because they have different weapon variations, which I don't know if this one has.
I'm not. Go ahead.
Because so far, I have a couple of swords. I have a lot of swords. I'm like, all right, cool. The magic's pretty cool. The story seems like it's gonna be one of them good old
Yoko Taro fucking stories. Yes.
I was like, I still want to remake all the. Do I want to remake I think I wanted to make a new game. Well, he's working on a new game, but yeah. So
Yoko Taro?
Yeah, he's working on a new franchise, I believe. But yeah, I enjoy the game so far. I can see myself finishing this one. Am I going to get all the endings? I think it's maybe 3 endings. You got to beat it, play through it. But,
yeah, 3 significant endings because Yoko Taro likes to play with his endings. Like if you do something wrong. Well, going from Automata, if no one's played, a bit of spoilers here. There's endings A through Z, I think.
That was double Z, but you might be right. It's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of endings. I think he got a lot of that. I don't know if he did that with Dragon Guard.
Yeah.
With Nier Replicant, from what I'm seeing, I don't know how many endings there are, but with Automata, just dying a particular way is an ending, and you just have to. Yeah.
I remember Nier is a sequel from a Dragon Guard ending, which is
loose. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
It's like it was one of those things too, like because I don't know if because you don't play Final Fantasy 14, but they like the Shadowbringers, the raid in Shadowbringers has been near Automata, and it's the most concise story that they've done, like for a Nier, and that you can see where everything connects. But at the same time, he still pulled the Yoko Taro somehow. They allowed him to pull it.
He's such a strange guy, man.
At the beginning of the raid, depending on who you picked as the character you want to follow, you get 2 different stories. So that means half the fan base or whoever, you're never going to see the other story if you didn't pick the other person because it's an MMO and you can't really go back. So it's like
yeah. So one and done.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I see you there.
So what was all right? So you've only played what, about 3-4 hours of the game so far?
Yeah, I'm 3-4 hours. I'm in the. I guess I have the book.
Grimoire Weiss. Yeah, Grimoire Weiss.
Grimoire Weiss, and I'm like, I just got into I've been doing fetch quests, which the side quests haven't really.
Yeah.
I'm like, and the thing is from the time period that the game came out, so it's understandable. But it's the gameplay so far as the story is like, I don't think that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm probably going to mainline it at some point and like, hey, if I don't have to do this, I'm not doing it because the story's good. It seems like the story's going to get twistedly good.
All right. Because this is where it could get into spoiler territory only because I've seen something that. So I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, and I'm not gonna ruin anything for you. This game, I feel like Yoko Taro's a giant troll in this game. I think he's a giant troll with these side quests. I think he's a giant troll with these on what you can buy in markets. If you pay attention to certain things in the market, it will kind of fuck you up later on.
Really? Like the prices
There's
change,
thing.
or stuff that you just don't need to buy in the.
Let's say there's something that you need to buy, and there's particular ways that is shown to you that you need to buy it, but you don't think that you need to buy it. So it could kind of affect what can happen later on in the game or while you're playing the game. And it's something that I noticed, and I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I think this man is like one of the biggest trolls, one of the best trolls. But it's not in the moment where I'm frustrated. It's more of the sense of, okay, this is funny, but this is kind of annoying at the same time. There's one. I'll give you one example. You know, you see. Have you done any of the little maze block things yet?
Nah.
Okay,
Wait, I think I've done one, but yeah.
Oh, there's moments throughout the game so far. Like I've already played 12 hours of this game so far, and there's moments where you push blocks to get a particular object, item, weapon, whatever. There, you know when there's a moment where you'll move a block, you'll go to another room, move a block, go to another room, move a block, and to the end of it, you get nothing but a health, or like a small health. It's like, yo, why did I do all of this? But I like that though. I think it's kind of funny that if that was one of his choices, if he directed that or someone else from behind the scenes, whatever, whomever did it, I think that's really trolly as fuck, but funny as hell at the same time.
So no matter what you do, you're just gonna get health when you get to the end of these things.
Once again, maybe it's different for others, and it might be like a item drop type of thing. It could be random for others. But when I did it, the multiple times that I've done it, I've gotten like insignificant things or things I didn't need, or I felt like I don't even use like that.
See,
So
I think that's the thing. I think some of these things that seem like troll were the norm back in, like, 2010, like when these games came out. So it's like, oh,
all right,
remember, like,
I might need that later on.
because you remember, like, in a lot of RPGs, it's always like, oh yeah, is that the right way to run? All right, let me run this other way for the next.
Yeah, no, I still do that to this day.
So it's like, again, another reason I didn't like Star Ocean until the last one that came out. But
oh, shots.
So
still a bad game.
I'll tell you. But like,
no, we don't need to go there. You're good.
Yeah, I was like, I'm about to go into a tangent with that one. Like, let me tell you why I don't like this.
But one thing. Oh no, go ahead. If you
wait, I was saying though, like, so far it's like it's cool. The monsters have been like like I've been fighting. They've been pretty cool. The combat seems a little not as responsive.
And I see what you mean, especially if you play Automata first, then come to this game, because there's so many similarities aesthetically that you can't help place yourself back in Automata, because that's exactly what I did. And I think the fluidity of combat in Automata was so well polished by Platinum Games, shout out, that with Replicant, the remake, numbers, it feels not stilted, but like you could tell it's limited for what you could do.
And see, that's the thing too. Like, even like with the like when you're using Grimoire Weiss. When you're using him to shoot, it's like I even have like, why don't you auto lock on to things? Like, that bothers me. It's like I have to manually go and force you to lock on for you to shoot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like the last one did it automatically. I could be wrong. I could just be remembering it wrong.
There was an auto lock button. Like, I think what you're saying is once you shoot, it automatically goes to that one.
Yeah, the closest
goes to that one end. Automata didn't really do that, but there was a particular auto lock that felt more what's the right word I could use? A lot easier more responsive.
Yeah, I think it felt right. Like,
yeah,
it could have been the time the game came out. It could just been the time.
No, really, and I think that those mechanics, they really just honestly copied and pasted, refined a few things here and there, and just you went with it. You know what I mean?
So, and then like, I'm waiting to get to some of the stuff. I know there's gonna be like the time skip, which I think is the same character older. I'm hoping it's not like, just a whole random new character. then you know, there's some things that people are going to be kind of about, but we'll get to that
Yeah.
towards the end of it. But yeah, but so far I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's going to be. It should hold me over for. I think it's a short game too, if I remember correctly. Like
I think, go ahead.
I think it's like maybe like with all three playthroughs. Like once you get past the first playthrough, I think it's like maybe like 5 or 10 hours per playthrough after that. So it shouldn't be that much longer after that. So.
Yeah, the main story, because you know this Yoko Taro game, there's this is a type of game where you need to play more than once. After you beat it the one time, you're gonna have to beat it another 2 times most likely. So, like I said, I pause my game a lot, and when I pause it, it doesn't pause the actual gameplay time. So that's one thing that's gamer fell on me. So really, right now I'm at 16 hours, but a lot of that can really come down to 12 to 13 hours right now. So yeah, so I want to say I haven't beaten the first phase yet. That's where I don't think I haven't beaten the first phase yet. At least I don't think so. I haven't gotten an ending yet or a letter. So I think, yeah, the first is going to be about 12, 13 hours of gameplay, or 14, maybe 13, 14 hours of gameplay. And then the second and third, I will say about 3 or 4 hours for each.
Okay.
So I think this game is about 20, 25 hours, about 20 hours, 20, 25 hours.
So I feel good. You know, I get to sit down and do it. I think the hard thing for me right now too is I just got done with that long Persona 5 Strikers playthrough. And, and to get that platinum trophy was a good 30-hour grind.
Shit.
Like, yeah, because I finished that game at like 60 hours. Platinum, 90 something. So
damn, dude.
Yeah. It was one of those things. It's just it was
keep
bad.
coming back.
It was bad. Yeah. It was bad. It was one of the things that I have one trophy left. I'm going for it. Even though I could just stop. I could just stop right now.
I could really just walk away from this and play something else. But no, I think the side quest for this particular game, Nier Replicant, it's frustrating sometimes.
That's the thing too. I don't think I would like the side quest in Automata that much either.
Automata wasn't as torturous and trolly to me. Automata, like I think Yoko Taro was like, all right, I had fun with Replicant. Let me be a little bit more efficient with these side quests, or director, or whomever did the side quests for this, or was in charge to do them.
But see, that's why I'm thinking. I'm like thinking about some games I played back then. I think that's just what side quests are like. Like if you go back and play, like if you could go back and play the original Yakuza,
like fetching quests. Oh man, and those are a little torturous, bro.
And you remember RPGs were good for that.
But you could tell when Yoko Taro, I would like to think, had a lot of input with some of these side quests, because there's some really poignant moments where you have to make choices. And it's one of those moral dilemma choices where you're sitting down and you're like, oh shit, this is what I feel like I should do this because
kill them, right?
It's the right thing to do.
Always right thing to kill.
And well, this is the thing though, because you can't help but put yourself in this. Well, me personally, I can't help but put myself in situations where if the outcome of this, if I decide to do this and tell this person what happened, it could completely destroy their world. Mm-hmm. But if I don't tell them, I can preserve their sanity and possibly get some gold from it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is like where you're forced to make a decision and live with that. But the way it's done makes you like, I felt like really bad with some of the decisions I made.
I probably won't.
So I mean, like I have a tendency to put too much like thought into things, and I could be really indecisive. So I go to my wife and I ask her, hey, what would you do in this scenario? You know what I mean? Because me personally, I'm distraught. Like, oh man, I can't do this. This is fucked up.
Just hit me up. I'll tell you what to do every time. It'll always be the destroyer.
Well, and I think there's consequences to those type of decisions, because it affects the gameplay too. So far, I've done a couple things that I felt like it was right, but at the same time, it didn't sit well with me because I didn't get any kind of serious repercussions.
I think that's the thing though. I think when this game came out, people weren't doing that too much. It's not like how Fallout or what's the other one? Like a Skyrim or something like that, or a Dragon Age. I think this
Shit,
is before those.
Infamous, the Karma Meter, all that shit.
Like even those games, I like to go far left as possible. Besides Red Dead Redemption, which is a whole nother story. I was like the good guy in that game.
I always wanted to be the good guy. I feel bad when I do like bad things, so I feel some type of way. So I'm like, nah, let me stay away from that. Maybe next gameplay, I'll go the rogue. Won't give a fuck. But
I'll say like the only thing that I think that for me that like so far that I've seen that's probably gonna rub people the wrong way is the fact that they didn't update some of the character designs. And so like
really?
Like no, they updated the models and the characters. They didn't update like the concepts. Like Kayane.
Kinda.
Yeah, so like yeah, it was interesting.
Oh,
was
I see what you're saying. I mean, like, I think they'll still do like if we're talking about the same thing because I don't want to spoil anything. Because I was spoiled it because I didn't think this game was going to be ported into this at least to the PS4 and PS5. So I looked at old videos of what the game was about, the lore, and I was spoiled intentionally on these characters.
That's the thing. Like, I remember like seeing her in the trailers. I was like, wow, y'all just have this lady running around in her underwear.
Oh, okay, but yeah, so I see what you're saying with that. Yeah. I don't, but there's a reason for it. There's always a reason.
You remember Metal Gear Solid 5?
Phantom Pain?
Yeah, Phantom Pain. When they're like, why is Quiet naked? Because she breathes through her skin.
Yeah, there's a reason.
People didn't care. People did not care.
But and I understand, no, that's just all right. That wasn't really good, Kojima. But with this particular character, if you look into the lore and you understand why the motivation behind these characters, there's a reason why she dresses the way she dresses.
All right, I'm gonna let it rock. But if
there's a reason, and yeah, look into it. If you don't get it within the game, or you didn't see the type of cutscene that you needed to see, or whatever, then I would suggest looking deeper, finding videos, reading what you need to read online.
Like, it doesn't bother me, but I feel like there will be some people who play this game, like, cause even like Automata, they like 2B had her
ass all out, yeah.
But people kind of like cool with it, but like hers was, I'm like 2B. People thought that was scantily. I'm like, you seen this lady in this? 2B is conservative compared to this one.
But kinda is such a fucking badass though, bro. She's the epitome of
not as bad.
Yeah, but 2B was like a silent badass. Kinda got this shit talking down right. She could kick your ass, like she could fight really well. She's not a damsel in distress or anything like that. She could take care of herself. She's like the lone wolf character that I've always enjoyed growing up.
And I like her fighting style so far. And I'm like, I don't know, like I don't think you could play as other characters in this one. I think it's just the brother.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come on, y'all, give me some DLC where I can play as kinda, you know.
Real quick before we wrap this topic up, what'd you name your character?
I don't even remember at the moment. I think
you don't remember? I named him my son. I named mine my son.
Most do that?
I mean, you gotta build character, right? But I know a lot of people name him Nier.
I think this
because of the game.
I think this his actual name is Nier.
Oh, really?
Brother Nier and father Nier.
Oh, I thought, okay, I would have done that then. I would have called him Nier.
Yeah, it's like I don't think when most people played the game it was known, but everyone referred to him, like every time I hear people talk about it, they refer to him as Nier. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's such a weird name, but his sister's name is Yona. So
I'm like, and it because Yonas are referenced in Automata.
Yeah, that's the Yora. I know Yoras.
Yeah, Yoras.
Yeah.
Because everything's referenced to something, and like the seeds and stuff like that are
the lunar tears, all that shit, man.
Those are all from like Drakengard, like that flower that they're looking for. I think.
Yeah, the lunar tear.
Yeah, I think that's like in the girl's eye in Drakengard 3.
Oh shit! His sister, the little girl in the first one, right?
main character, she has a flower in her eye at some point. Which the whole Drakengard 3 is weird. That's a weird story, also.
I I listened a little bit to the story, or I watched some clips of it, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on in this
They
game?"
don't have too many happy endings in Drakengard.
Nah, and with how Automata ends, which is an incredible game. The viewers, subscribers, all y'all, man, please play this game. Please play
Really?
Automata. That shit really
You a real
changed,
nerd?
like, bro, that really changed my perspective on video games and endings and like just moral aspects, philosophy. All that shit is just beautifully packaged in that game, and I hope Nier Replicant does a similar job with that.
That's the thing I would say. Like the Nier stories and like the Drakengards and all that. Because like Drakengard, not to because there's certain words you don't want to use on YouTube, but they even deal with the story of people who have who like children in the original Drakengard.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know with Drakengard 3, the main character, she went through like prostitution. Like she had to sell her body.
One of your party members in the first one, like he's self-casted out of the village because of his urges.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like they go in.
Oh, that's the first one, right?
Yeah,
or the third one. Yeah, I think I
referenced a lot, but
yeah, I think there was someone I was watching a YouTube video and they kind of spit like they didn't really go in depth about it, but they said it within the description. If you want to know more, please click on the channel or whatever.
Yeah, so like Nier goes into some heavy stuff like the Persona series. So
I really appreciate those type of narratives, man. They're not too scared to talk about heavy topics, even though some we don't need to glorify it, but at least kind of like this is bring some real world topics into it, but not to this point that it's exploitive.
And unlike Star Ocean, that just was. All right, yeah, that's all I have.
So Nier Replicant, numbers, all those numbers that are involved at the end. Please play. So like would you say to anyone else to watch it? So I mean, you've only played 2 or 3 hours, but from what you have played,
I'm 4 hours in straight playing. Like I'm like getting where the map's opening up more. I would suggest it, like, especially if you like Nier Automata or if you like games like Zelda or something like that. Like, if you like
story driven,
the story driven games, it doesn't seem like it's going to be like a Western RPG where you can make a lot of decisions that actually affect things. But it's
not really.
Yeah,
not
so
really.
I'm a fan of more like my Japanese RPGs, and just I want to throw an honorable mention. There's a Judgment 2 dropping.
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer. Check out that trailer.
I'm going to be definitely talking about that when that game comes out.
Damn, when's that one releasing?
What was it called? Last Judgment?
Yeah, Last Judgment. I think it's coming out this summer.
I think it's like the August. I'm like, and it's going to be the first time that they've come out day and date worldwide.
That one's not going to be RPG, right? Or turn-based, I mean. Turn-based?
It's not going to be turn-based. It's going to be like the original Yakuza games.
Okay.
Oh, Lost Judgment. And
Lost Judgment.
And I'm like, in September 21st or September 24th.
September.
And,
okay. Close to my birthday.
That's the thing is like, I'm going to be like, when I finish Yakuza Like a Dragon, probably going to play a little bit, do some of the after quest stuff. But then I'm not going to probably be back in Yokohama until I play Lost Judgment, because you play the Yakuza games. They're just awesome. They're just awesome. So
they're great series. Those are all also story-driven games that are so much going on in each title.
And I will say, if you have the time and you don't want to play all the Yakuza games, which I love all the Yakuza games, if you don't want to play all the Yakuza games, Lost Judgment or Judgment, the first one, is that story. I'm talking about the end of that. I was like, that was a good story. I wanted to stand up and clap, but no one was here, so I'd look weird standing up and clapping.
All right, man. So Nier, please play it. I would suggest to play it for anyone that really wants to get into it. If you have never played Automata, please play this game and then hurry up and jump into Automata. But Yoko Taro, you're a genius, man, in my book anyways. I hope whatever next franchise you're doing is also going to be awesome. So
yes, sir.
All right, we'll move on to the next one, man. All right. Where we at? We good on time,
Oh
Playboy?
yeah, we're only 30 minutes in, so we got this.
All right, bet. All right. Well, I've said plenty of times that Twitter can be a cesspool of toxicity, and I will continue to say those words and
Learn to
negativity towards.
love Twitter.
I have never, and nor will I ever learn to love Twitter. I will love Twitter or enjoy Twitter when it's something completely disassociative of all negativity and just bashing shit just to bash shit and canceling things that no one really cares about, but they want to talk about it. This one in particular is actually, some may go into the canceling culture. Mm-hmm. It's a tweet that Donald Glover, if you don't know who Donald Glover is, he's what people will say is a modern Renaissance man. He is known for, he used to be known as Childish Gambino, his rap name.
He ain't doing him justice now. He was known as Donald Glover first as a comedian.
Yes. And well, Troy Barnes is where a lot of people will say they first met on Donald Glover off of the TV shows.
Fans, the Mystery Machine.
Yeah, Mystery Machine. That's right. Yeah. I remember that one. Or the shit that they had on YouTube.
Yep.
I forgot the channel that they had on YouTube for a while. But Donald Glover has been known to be a very inventive, insightful, a great actor, a great writer.
He's a real good creative.
Creator. Yeah, he's a good creator. Thank you, Thomas. And he actually posted a tweet a couple days ago. I want to say just yesterday. Just yesterday he posted a tweet, multiple tweets. And he doesn't usually go on Twitter a lot from what I've seen.
I've seen posts on his page.
Yes, what?
Only 3 posts on his page.
Yeah, like I think he deleted it back in 2018 and he jumped back on. So these are the tweets that's causing a bit of controversy, or at least something to talk about. And so I figured, why not share it with you? All right, first tweet. Saw people on here having a discussion about how tired they were of reviewing boring stuff, parentheses, TV and film. We're getting boring stuff and not even experimental mistakes, parentheses, question mark, because people are afraid of getting canceled. So they feel like they can only experiment with aesthetic. Also because some of them know they're not that good. Going from that, I don't think he's talking about cancel culture. I think he's talking about shows being canceled. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so.
You think he's talking about cancel culture?
I think he's partially talking about cancel culture. Because
go ahead.
He's like, so they feel like they can experiment with aesthetic. Also because they don't know they're that good. We're getting boring stuff, even experiment because people are afraid of getting canceled. Yeah. Partially. It's like it could be both, because if a show gets enough backlash, it will get canceled. And then you will be out of the business for a good minute after that.
All right. Well, I see what you're saying. The reason why I think it's more heavily towards TV and film, like he initially, like he mentions in parentheses, I see where, if you get enough backlash, you get enough negative feedback, people are going to be like, oh, let it be something toxic or potentially racist or undertones of microaggressions. What I reference a lot of what Netflix does with their shows, like what shows they're a part of, studios or they're a part of, and like Ozark is one show that Netflix is planning on canceling after this most recent season. I don't know if it's because of creatively they're done with the story, or they will be done with the story, or for some reason Netflix is canceling. There's a couple other shows on Netflix, I can't really reference them at this moment, but they'll have one season, they get great feedback, and then just cancel it. So what's the fear?
The fear, I think that's the thing, is there's a lot of, like, when I think of so far, like, shows that are networks that have shows that are experimental, it seems like it's like FX at the moment.
Good
How
example.
long? But at the moment, because they got bought by Disney. But
oh shit, I did not know that.
Yeah, they're part of that Disney merger.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, they got bought out because that part of Fox got bought out to Disney. But that's the thing. There's not too many shows that you see that are even even like comedy sometimes they're not that funny. They're not that there's a lot of boring
That's it.
entertainment out there. It's just cool.
Something to have in the background or
Yeah,
turn your brain off.
it gets shelled out. It's like if you're talking about TV show, which I'll go like people who wanted to cancel I think we've had this conversation before. Last Man Standing, and I like some sitcoms. I'm a fan of sitcoms. Something not
Okay.
too heavy, but when people really wanted to get that show canceled because they're like it was it didn't follow the mold that people liked. Like it was a show about a very conservative like dad who's pretty much the supreme Trump supporter before I would think Trump was even in
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
And it like to me it was a funny show. I'm like I didn't agree with anything the dude really like Tim Allen really said in the show, but it was just like I'm like you know what, that's funny. It's humanizing and it's funny. And you say things that would be
Yes.
considered pretty offensive, like with the jokes he made towards his black friends sometimes were somewhat, something like you could probably hear one of your coworkers saying, and you'd be like, look at
Yeah.
him. But
Yeah,
it
this
was funny.
motherfucker,
It was
right?
funny, and it wasn't like ill intent. But there are people who are very offended by that show even existing. It was just like, and I think it ended up getting canceled at some point. Did it get
But
canceled?
does it
It moved
but does it
stations. I know it moved stations at some point because it got canceled.
so let me ask you this as someone that's as I guess you would deem yourself as an artist, someone that creates, isn't that stunting? Like when you have people that are so like I understand, people have feelings, people have thoughts, people feel like they need a voice, people want a voice, people should have a voice. But how does that affect entertainment? How does that affect art? How does that affect what you perceive? Like how you initially put something out and then someone tells you that's not how we shouldn't be talking about this. This is not this whole canceling thing. Like how does that affect your work?
That's the thing. It's like it affects it. It limits it at points if you let it, because there have been times like at like one of my jobs, we came up with a poster for something. I think it was like a health initiative or something like that, and we just had like it was for a business workplace, so we just had people in suits at on a track running, and then we got the feedback, and we can't do that. It might offend the people who don't wear suits at this job. And we're like, well, I don't even care about half of this, but okay, I will change it. We made
You
sure,
are paying me, so
well, not even that, but it was just like one of those things when they said it, I was like, oh, okay, you have a valid point, but it's like, I, but it was interesting. It was, and then there's plenty of times like that. It's like certain drawings, like even like in illustration, you see like in the illustration community where people feel they can't draw superheroes a certain way because
yeah,
it
I've
might
been
come
hearing a
off,
lot of these.
yeah, and it's just like I'm like sometimes you got to be okay with just the fact that some people,
Actually enjoy that type of stuff.
yeah, they're not making. I'm like, and I to put it out there, I'm really not one of the people who really care. Like if you like something that offends me, that's your right.
Or and I think there's a level of censorship as well. Like if we're gonna go there as well when it comes to if it offends me. I think granted it could be one thing for you, but it could be an entirely different thing for me. You know what I mean? So that's where obviously the whole cancel culture comes from, or just the fear of putting stuff out and not because in the end of the day, you're trying to make some bread. You're trying to make money off of this. You're trying to, and not only just the money, but you also want what you created to be out in the world. So
Yeah.
you want to show that okay, I have something here. People can enjoy this in the end of the day, but you have one or two people potentially being higher ups to be like, no, not good enough. We've seen what happened with whichever. Like, I think with Donald Glover, I think a lot of this can potentially come from is he was in the works of making a Deadpool animation animated TV show for FX. And for whatever reason, it didn't pan out. Like it just it went out of production. You said what?
That's probably that Disney thing. They pretty much canned everything Marvel.
Possibly.
Like,
possibly because
you're not on Disney Plus, you not have besides MODOK for some reason. But you're not on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, true.
But
and that's turning into that's a sitcom that they're making that an animated sitcom with MODOK on Hulu.
But still,
but I feel like Donald Glover for there's obviously a reason. Maybe he has something in the works. Maybe he's frustrated with one of his friends possibly has something going on and too scared to put it out. And I can understand that frustration because there's so much you can stunt. There's so much you can belittle. There's almost so much you can keep quiet about. Like, you should be able to have the agency, the free agency, or just a free thought to put your shit out, or especially if someone's willing to pick it up and let it be shown. Just don't watch it.
Yeah, like I'm 100% of a fan. Like, I'm a fan too, though, of not, which I do it sometimes, jokingly. Like how the House Husband. Like if the House Husband really offended me, like that TV show, I wouldn't have talked about it. I wouldn't have made the comments I made about it because someone's probably gonna look at me. You know what? I'm gonna watch it just because of how he reacted to it. If I don't like something, I just don't talk about it. Period. Most of the time, I'm just like, I like to just steer clear of it. I'd rather big up what I like than talk like what was a show that was interesting that got canceled for Netflix was Teenage Bounty Hunters. Like
Teenage Bounty Hunters,
really? Teenage Bounty. It was an interesting show. It was funny. It was a different concept. It was about two teenage girls who were bounty hunters, and they were from Georgia, part of a extremely religious Southern Baptist type family.
Oh God, I might have to watch that.
Yeah. You had Method Man in it. You had the dude who played Dwayne Wayne from A Different World. He played Bowser, the bounty hunter that they worked for. It was just a funny show. Like, some of the stuff it was a good show. Like, to me, it was a good show. And it was one of those shows I was mad that they didn't get a season 2. I was like, this is
what were the critics, the response, the viewership, the viewers?
I think the viewers kind of liked it, but I don't think it ever. I think if it would really popped, you'd have heard people complaining about some of the things that happened.
I never heard of it.
It was just
surprise.
That was the thing. I was like, yo, it was a funny show. It was a funny show. Teenage girls choking up people. Doing shooting guns.
I feel like I did see a trailer of it, or maybe I saw a snippet of it, and I just got like, all right, no, I'm good. But I think Netflix is definitely this where this comes from. I think Netflix has a lot of shows that have potential, and they stop for whatever reason. I'm sure, but whatever behind the scenes we don't know of, possibly money, it costs a lot more, or not. They don't feel like it's within the traction, the views that they have. I don't know, but it does stunt people's growth, and it can put a lot of fear in people's hearts that are creators, where they feel like they have something and it's greenlit, and then you have somebody up top that's too scared to put it out.
But the thing too is, I think there's also probably conversations that happen behind the scenes that are not really ever we're not privy to, like, where like when you get a whole bunch of creators in a room together, you're going to hear some things that are probably, they're going to crack some jokes. They're probably going to say something that's very offensive. It's like they most people think outside the box, like if they're a big creator. And wait, hold on right quick. This is starting.
Yeah, I just noticed your tint on your shit is like yellow, bro.
Yellow. My white balance went off for some reason.
There you go. Nice.
I was like, what did I turn on? I was like, I don't know.
What was that disease? What's that disease babies get? Like their skin can go yellow?
Oh, jaundice?
Yeah, jaundice. A motherfucker got jaundice.
Sorry,
continue.
I remember like when I was in school, and I still remember like with some of my friends who are in different industries, the stuff that they talk about in their private accounts, not the stuff that's in the public and whatnot. And those are the things that like I'm like, I know you're not going to say certain things out there because you can't. Like you can't.
Yeah.
And then it will,
Yeah, your shit keep fucking up, bro.
let me change my light color right quick. It keeps on turning me yellow for some
You
reason.
good? You good? No, I see what you're saying. Well, I'll let you finish your thoughts still, but I do believe, like, yeah, if you're in a particular type of field, I could see it where it could kind of, you will be intimidated, and people that are higher ups, they can't really, do shit.
Yeah. So and that's the thing too, because it's the music business. So there's not much they can do, or the TV. It's business. It's all business.
Yeah,
So the creators want to create, and then you run into the situations of what they have to deal with. So
yeah. When you want to make, you need the money, because you have to promote your shit to the higher ups, and they got to see if it's good enough. They give you the money to do it, give you all the camera crews, all the money that for whatever kind of effects you need, and run it.
but at the same time, it's like when you want to do something experimental, that's a risk, and business and risk
Yeah,
usually go.
no, you're right.
They're like, well, you trying to what? Yeah, I'm trying to do this show, right? It's about a runaway slave with no legs, and he gonna save himself and everybody in it. You say he has no legs, sir? Yeah, we're not that. That show could be a
Someone will
Grammy
get
winning,
offended.
like that could be an Oscar winning, whatever Golden Globe TV show,
Yeah.
movie. They're like, nah. Once they heard too many risks that you sold them, so
I don't really know the backlash, if there was any backlash from these tweets that Mr. Glover made, but I'm sure there's people out there that disagree with him vehemently, or
the
they
saddest thing is I don't know how they can disagree with him vehemently, like have a visceral reaction to it. But I'm like, he didn't really say much.
yeah.
It's you can speculate. It's like we're speculating, but that's it. It's not like he said, you know what, cancel culture is a cancer to society or something. He was like, people. He's like, yo, some shows are born because people it can be taken. People don't want to experiment because they want to go the safe route, repackage things. Like remember, we've had multiple conversations on how they're just taking TV shows, repurposing them from our childhood, making them dark. And it's like what was it, Winx? I remember the Winx as a cartoon.
Club. Yeah.
They're like, I got an idea. Let's make it dark.
Pop-up girls, they're going the dark route with that.
Let's make it dark. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, let's bring that back.
Let's make it dark. Even though people they did enjoy Sabrina the Teenage Witch when it got dark.
But that's the thing though. Yeah, people enjoy it, but okay. It's
Riverdale.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
got it dark.
Let's bring back Archie. Yo, what's Archie about? Hangs out with his friends. His friend eats hamburgers. He just lives life. This is one of the original slice of lives. How you gonna make it dark?
Now fuck that. He sleeps with his teacher.
Yep. He could have just been happy.
But he never.
He could have just like what the drama between him and having two girlfriends being Future back in the 70s was it enough?
Oh God. All right. I just wanted to talk about that. I know there's, we usually talk about anime TV, but I wanted, just to out like behind the scenes things and the creators, what they think. And Donald Glover, he's a paramount individual within the industry, so within the TV and film industry. So
yeah, he makes good stuff. Like, was it Guava Island? That was a good little.
I need to watch that with Rihanna, right? I saw commercials for it, or like little promos back in 2019.
Been long.
2019. I totally forgot about it, bro. But I got Amazon Prime. I randomly saw it. I'm like, oh shit! I need to watch this. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Don't tell me. I heard it's kind of dark too, so I really want to check it out.
It was good though.
Yeah, I really want to check it out. Really want to check it out. So yeah, Donald Glover did his own thing. But all right, I think now we're gonna talk about something we both really enjoy. I know, especially me. Your boy. All right, do you want to introduce it?
No, you can introduce it. Let you get your shine.
Well, I think today is May 12th, 2021, everyone. Your boy, J. Cole, Born Sinner, Cole World himself, Fayetteville's finest, Greenfield's finest.
I'm gonna have to steal a bit. I'm gonna have to steal a bit from the RDC. Jermaine Cole.
Cole.
The real is back. The real is back.
Peel the banana, peel this back. Ah, yes. J. Cole is dropping an album off season this Friday. And I can't speak for you, Mr. Thomas, but I can say from your gestures, your facials, features, that you're excited for this as well.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Like you know, what was that one that he dropped? Revenge of the Dreamers. That was cool.
Yes.
That was cool. You know, all the people, but I wanted some Cole. You know,
Cole, that introspectful, soulful Cole. Even KOD. After sitting with it and years going by, you could say that he was doing things there. He was doing the trap, the kind of going the trap route, all that. But even he just released the I'm assuming it's a track from the album, the off season, that's going to be released this Friday once again. The interlude. And the reason why I bring up J. Cole, not to even just go crazy off the off season, because we already know there's going to be a fucking review video or something about that. But there's been, you said what?
We're definitely gonna do one.
Yeah, we're definitely fucking doing that. But I saw an article, or at least I saw something that jumped up, and J. Cole, it said J. Cole possibly retiring after, he gets this season off, the off season off, because he has other things in the works with that. Apparently, it's like a conceptual type of thing, and yeah, I got this from Complex. It says, despite mapping out what appeared to be his retirement tour with what he labeled the fall-off era, consisting of a string of guest features, the off-season, It's a Boy, and the fall-off, he has no intentions on giving his career a clear finish line. And then he gives a quote. Yeah, I'll read the quote. "Oh, bro, I'm super comfortable with the potential of being done with this shit," Cole explained. I'm never going to say, "Oh, this is my last album," because I never know how I'm going to feel 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line. 10 years down the line, but please believe I'm doing all this work for a reason. And he has another quote, and he speaks on where that possibility comes is where one thing I want to say, I don't really believe rappers when they say they're going to retire. I never.
The thing is, he could retire, but I think it might be swirling around in his head right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has a plan to at the moment.
Because I don't know if you saw the documentary, the off-season documentary that just came out, which I really enjoyed it. It was like about 12 minutes long. But once again, I'm sure by now you guys think that I'm a J. Cole stan, so anything he does is gold to me. So fuck y'all for anyways. but in the, I think in the documentary, or I read, or I saw a clip where there's moments where he's stagnant. Like he really sits down and he's not really focused on it. Like sometimes he has to really sit down and make music. He needs to have a goal set up. He has to make up a schedule for himself, or he will just not work. I wouldn't say he's not worried about music, but it's like it'll go on the waistline. Like he won't really focus on it. Yeah. So it's not that it's like he's almost forcing himself, but at the same time he needs to be driven for it.
I think I took that. I don't know. Like I understood where he was coming from when he was talking about that. It was one of those things. It's like saying, you want to be like me. I'm working to be an artist. That's the job. That's what I want to do. I want to be concept artist, working video games, all that big time.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to. Well, a lot of people think it's like you wake up and you're just like, oh, la da da da. I have this.
Yeah.
No, you just have to be able to tell yourself a lot of the time, even like doing graphic design, it's like, all right, I might not feel like doing it, but I'm gonna sit here between 8 and 5 and bang out artwork, even like doing it. And it's just something that like when you're creative for a job, it becomes different. And then like in his field, it's even more competitive. Well, in a lot of like art's a competitive field.
Creating is just a competitive field.
It's like you don't really get the time, like he was saying, like in the documentary, like when he brought up his Now he has a wife, a kid.
Yep.
It's like it becomes different. Like where he could sit there and just get in the studio or something like that. He can't. And then he even mentioned Pharrell, I think. Did he mention?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, Pharrell kind of gave him like not even like a life coach moment, but just what he does, where he schedules like you need to make time for everything. Make time, set a schedule, and be strict about it, pretty much.
And that's how it is, you know. Like everything's on a schedule because if it's like, hey, you're in the studio from 8 to 3 in the afternoon, then you got your next time from that, and you got your next time from that, and like
Man.
the more stuff that's coming, he might not have as much time to schedule in the studio anymore.
And you know, have to compensate for that in another way. I'm really this dude. Like when he said those things, I never really thought about making a schedule for myself. So it kind of motivated me. Like maybe I should do that as well. Like if I have downtime for something, I should be doing something.
Hey, hey, wait till you see my next background. It's done,
bro.
I don't know where I saved it, but I spent like the last 2 days dealing with different stuff. It should be interesting.
I really should be on top of that. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna dick ride this dude, but I'm really looking forward to like the whole point was J. Cole potentially retiring. I just don't believe it when a rapper does it. I don't believe it when Jay-Z's been said it for like 5 years at one point, and that motherfucker still helps out on the track somewhere. Like
I think that's the thing though. I think like if we put it in terms like how Jay-Z did it, Jay-Z retiring was Jay-Z no longer like, in the rap
making
race.
albums.
Rap.
I got you.
And I think J. Cole being under Jay-Z, being that he owns his own company, is probably going to fall in that same line. So, because we're like I think he's about to graduate to that next level of like, I'm not going to be releasing albums on
ownership. Yeah,
like he's not going to be releasing albums on a schedule like that anymore. Like every 2 years I drop something, every 3 years I might drop something. It's going to be like I'll drop something when I feel like dropping something. If I get the inspiration to do a concept of an album, I'll do it. It's like Kendrick Lamar. People like everyone likes putting the same sentence together, but Kendrick Lamar, people are like, well, where's he at? He's going to drop. Kendrick's running a business now. He has a family.
Yeah.
These people, like we saw them coming up in their teens and in their 20s. They're like 30-year-old folks with families. You have a family. It comes with responsibilities.
Hell yeah.
So
I can attest for that. Definitely.
So it's different than straight out of college Cole. Like this is grown man. Ooh. I got a wife and kids Cole.
This ain't to warm up on Friday Night Lights. This is KOD grown man off season shit. Damn right, Thomas, you right.
Yeah. Then he also did promise another album after off season or after KOD.
Yeah, I think that is that era where he's talking. I think like it's the boy, the fall off era, which is the off season. It's a boy and the fall off. I don't know. It's a boy's really because I think his wife is pregnant still, and they're expected to have another kid, another son. And the fall off. You said what?
He retire.
I mean, and then he has the last one's called The Fall Off, which he talked about on KOD. So the off season I thought was supposed to be a mixtape, not an album.
And I remember that's one thing I'm wondering about the off season, because he mentioned in that video about like having a whole bunch of songs. And I'm like, is this going to be an Untitled? Like I remember Kendrick dropped Untitled, which was a whole bunch of tracks.
Ooh, and that's beautiful. Yeah, he did that before. It was during the Pimp the Butterfly, How to Pimp the Butterfly era.
Between that and Damn, I want to say, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So. And yeah, bro. I mean, if it is that, then that's fine. I just want that soulful Cole. Like I said, KOD was nice. You could tell he was being inventive. The trap shit he was doing, I see what he was trying to do. Say that he could do that. All the features that he was doing, he was proving that people talk shit, saying, "Oh." Or talk shit that he doesn't need a feature. He doesn't need a feature. Nah, bro, I could do features though. Like, don't get it twisted. I can still do that shit. The shit that he did with 21 Savage was a hit. The shit, in my opinion, the London with Travis Scott and Young Thug was a hit. He has one with Moneybagg Yo. I didn't really like it too much. He has shit with. He just went out of his comfort zone. I feel like
he showed me that I can snap on all this. I just do what I like to do.
Exactly. And I think right now, man, he's just in a very comfortable spot. This is the most comfortable. I've seen he just did a freestyle with LA Leakers on just I think it was today or yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
gotta watch
he
it.
did
I saw you posted. I was in the
bro,
studio.
5 minutes of bars, bro. He did it on the 93 Till Infinity, even though he did one already. He did a track with 93 Till Infinity beat on I think
beat,
on
this is a good beat.
That's a beautiful
So
beat,
it's a
bro.
mischief.
Oh man, he killed it. And then he went on Mike Jones shit. Stay tipping, I think.
Tipping on full. Yo, I'm telling you. I have a conspiracy. Just throw it out there. It's a conspiracy theory for this album. The small one, minor one. Cause I remember in that video he showed him with 21 Savage, like multiple times in the video. Then Pharrell on Instagram had videos of him with 21 Savage. J. Cole mentioned Pharrell in his video. They're gonna have a track together, all three of them. It's gonna be a bang. Just saying.
I don't know. I still don't.
21.
I don't know. 21. Now I really don't know where they're gonna sit with I don't know if he's gonna have features on this one. I think maybe to prove a point. I think doing those tracks was just proving a point. I think this is still gonna be just Cole.
I think he might have features. I don't think he's gonna have a lot of features, but he might have some. And like it might be people he's cool with. I know Pharrell will work on something.
I would love to, I'm really excited where this can potentially go because the interlude is kind of the staple of what I think this album's gonna be. Like even with the lyrics, just the beat, man. I'm really looking forward to the production on this. That's why I think Friday Night Lights is his best mixtape. He had a lot of good soulful beats on that shit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I became a Cole fan after what's the one when he's sitting in the locker room?
Sideline Story.
Yeah, after that one, I became a fan.
That's his first album.
After his first album, I wasn't a fan. Crooked Smile had a couple, like the one with Crooked Smile had a couple bangers that I banged with.
Oh my god!
Forest Hill Drives, I was solidified as
a I wasn't a big fan of Sideline Stories. I was not. I hated Mr. Nice Watch. I hated that fucking song so damn much. But he had a lot of bonus tracks that were really good. That I felt like he was pressured to do some of the poppy shit in the first album.
It was his first album. That's when you're like, hey. That's when the record company's like, hey, you're gonna do this.
Yeah. When he came out with Born. Oh, man.
Born Center? Yeah, that's what it was. Born Center. Born Center.
Bro, that's when you knew, all right, nah, fuck that. Fuck what I did the first album. This is where I really felt this. He started feeling comfortable. That's when I really, and then you heard some of the mixtapes he was coming out with, or little snippets of mixtapes. Truly Yours mixtapes 1 and 2. Any given Sunday, he came out with some of those mixtapes too. And then when Forest Hills 2016 came out, was 2014, 2016?
I can't remember. It was
I think it's 2014, bro. I'm bugging too, and I'm gonna call myself a J. Cole fan. Everybody gonna kill me in the damn
I'm terrible with dates, so that's one thing. It's like
I will not let that slide, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm checking it right now. I can't.
Being a real fan, that's fine.
2014 Forest Hills Drive. God damn it, man.
That was a good year.
It was a great. It came out that year too.
Yeah.
So that's why, it came out that year too. Like, bro, he's just encapsulated. He's grown. You see how this. I was there from the beginning with the warm up, the come up, all of that. So seeing this man's growth lyrically to where he is now, like, because J. Cole was never a complex artist to me. He had some metaphors here and there, but it wasn't like mind blowing, and it still isn't mind blowing, but it's so real.
He like that's the thing. Like he's another creative. Like if there's one, he's another one I see as a full on creative. Like especially what he does. Like I remember he dropped a couple of documentaries. I want to say. Yeah,
he came out with one for 4 Years Only.
Yeah, 4 Years. That's one when he went to like Nebraska or something like that.
Yeah.
I
think so. Yeah.
And see, I even like that album. I'm telling you, anything pretty much post Forest Hill Drive, I was definitely a fan. Or anything post Born Center, I was a fan.
Yeah. And then they did another one. They did another documentary for the the Revenge of the Dreamers.
Yeah. 3. Which I'm telling you, it was weird. When you see people that you used to party with in a whole nother state, found out they moved down to a whole nother state themselves. You're like, small world.
Yeah.
Small world.
I bet, bro. I bet. No, I'm really looking forward to the off season. What do you think? How many tracks you thinking?
think it's gonna be a lot. I think I keep the number 40 keeps popping in my head, but I could be thinking of someone else mentioning an album with 40 tracks. What?
40?
Yeah. Sometimes I was thinking I might be thinking of Chris Brown track for some reason album.
Nah. Oh yeah, Chris Brown should have had like 40 tracks on it.
I think he's gonna have a lot. I think he's gonna have a lot. I don't think he's gonna do what's no, because he mentioned having like a whole bunch of. That's what I'm thinking for, because he kept mentioning have a whole bunch of songs that he never
like
released.
Lucy's, yeah, that he never released.
I think someone gonna end up on this one. But another thing I was thinking, so I'm thinking like maybe if I give it a number, 20. I feel 20 would be the right amount.
What? I don't think so.
All right, I think 20. It might be less, but I'm thinking 20.
I'm thinking 13, 14 tracks.
All right. Well, 20 might be the deluxe. I feel like there's a deluxe coming. But
I don't think, because he made a joke on that on the interlude. He made a joke on something about I don't need to do it, or something like y'all need your numbers by doing deluxes or some shit like that. I forgot what it was.
I don't think that's the thing. I think that was actual like I don't know. I think that was just a Lucy, but I think he's gonna have a deluxe because he did it with
Revenge of the Dreamers.
Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Yeah, but it wasn't so. That's why. But it wasn't a solo thing for him. That's why I think like when J. Cole just moves in a very independent. Like when he wants to fuck with people, he'll fuck with people. That he's shown that. But when he's on his independent mode, like he has a voice, he wants to put it out there, and I need y'all to fuck with it. I don't think 20. Nah, that's too much. I don't think so.
But okay, so I'm thinking 20. You thinking 12, 13?
I'm thinking 13, 14. Yeah.
Side thing. This might, if he retires, this is the end of another generation of rap.
Ooh, it's already, yeah.
Because
that's a good one.
Because Kendrick doesn't really, Kendrick's in that point where he doesn't have to compete with the current generation. Nah. Cole was one of the last ones of that generation. Mac Miller,
Drake
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Drake, I don't.
And people, we should though. We really should. We gotta put him in that cat. Yes, man. That motherfucker, he's a pop star, but he makes hits, and he.
You said it exactly right. He's a pop star.
He's a pop rapper. Yeah, we know. But this motherfucker is within the 3 of the best in this generation still.
That's the thing. I remember I'm thinking like when I remember hearing like Mac Miller on Macadelic. Was it Macadelic? It had tracks with Kendrick and them. And I've heard them all on. I heard Cole on different mixtapes and all that.
Oh like, yeah, Cole.
It's just like I don't want to talk on Drake. Drake, he solidified what he does, but I don't put him in that generational talk at all. He's like,
I do, man. You got to. Like, I don't want to only because of a lot of the allegations and most of the stuff that's true about him, like he didn't write a lot of his raps. That of course affects me as a fan, because I expect my artists that I really enjoy to be lyrically inclined and be able to do it. And I understand there's a lot of trials and tribulations that somebody helping you with a lyric here and there, that shouldn't be a big deal. But it still rubs people the wrong way. But Drake is a hip hop artist.
It's not even that, I want to say. It's like I don't really know where to place Drake. Like he's had a long run. But he's never been in those conversations. Like when you have those conversations of like generational of hip hop, hip hop sound, Drake never really kept a sound. He's a whatever sounds popping.
Yeah, he's was it not a swagger jacket, but he's like, definitely takes flows.
He's like, I'm gonna be number one, and like remember when you had because I want to say Cole's era was for me was Big Sean, Kendrick, Mac Miller,
Wale,
and
Big
like
Crit.
Crit and them. That was they had their sound, their era. Like just like Jay-Z, Jadakiss, now they had their era. And then but like Drake's just like, hey, Drake
jumps around.
Drake got grime tracks from over in the UK. Man's them, it's just
yeah. That's where he stole. I shouldn't say steal, but he took a lot of that flow.
He's used the Superman flow before, which was Big Sean's flow. Like for him, it's like he makes hits, and people cannot take that from him. But it's like he deserves his flowers at that. Like that saying that people like what that we're using now. He deserves all of that. He deserves all the praise.
Yeah.
For me, I can't put him in a generation because of that.
I got to, man. Because I have to, because he's been solidified as a hip hop artist, even though he's a pop artist in the same, like, is that duality he has.
But that's the thing, though. Like, he's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's even in pop art, he's hip hop. He is not a generational rapper. Like, to me, he is a whatever the sounds like, whatever is popping now, he's gonna be on it. Like, whatever's popping next year, as long as he's still rapping, he's gonna be on it. Until it becomes corny for him to be on a certain sound, he's gonna be on it.
All right, but I gotta say this: at least he doesn't have a track with Taylor Swift. Kendrick Lamar does.
He kept his sound.
He did keep his sound, though. You're right.
Don't get it wrong. T Swift.
T Swift. Don't you dare.
Swift T Swift. She's the one who she owns her music. She owns her craft.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All I'll say, I don't know. I see them as the big three right now.
That's the thing. I would never put him in those same conversations. I don't think he belongs in those conversations. Just for me, because of what he like. He could get in the greatest of all time conversations. He could be in hit for hit battles, like.
But hip hop.
Like, okay, would you put Chris Brown in a generation?
Yeah.
Would you? Really?
R&B generation?
Chris Brown started. That's a genre. Would you put him in a generation? Like, when Chris Brown came out to Chris Brown now. Chris Brown has been out since what? I was in high school.
2005, 2006.
I was in college. So Chris Brown has been around 2006, over a good 10 years.
14, 15 years.
So like he's hit multiple generations of R&B, and he's in hip hop. Like, he's in that same level as Drake. They don't really have an era. Like, if you go and say, well, Chris Brown's era when he used to do Off the Wall or On the Wall or whatever the song it was.
Yeah.
Off the Wall was a song from Michael Jackson. And when he was doing all the Michael Jackson kind of homages, that was one era of Chris Brown with the Dipset, with Joel Santana. Like,
yeah, I got you.
So like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Drake's in that generational talk. I don't think he will be until he's out.
I don't know, man. That could be another discussion, but I just see him. He has a lot of. All right, you broke that down really well. I can't really rebuttal right now because I got to think about it. Fuck.
Also, good thing though, we got a lot of DMX, R.I.P. He has a new album dropping.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists that were gone in the 90s and that people haven't heard about since like 90s, early 2000. A lot of them got like fully money put behind them, produced tracks coming out because there is a fan base for that type of music. And just like all these rappers who are probably hip hop artists, entrepreneurs who are, working on other things, they know at some point their fan base is gonna be in the same situation. Like, I wish I had a new J. Cole album, something like that. 2047, J. Cole drop a new album. Cass is ready. Like, we about to bump it.
Yo, and I see what you're talking about, but I see what you're talking about. Like, this is one of those moments where like I need to clear my schedule. Like I like that's how I take. Like, that's what I do. I'm gonna be working obviously, but I'm listening to that bitch while I'm working. Sure. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be focused. I'm focusing on every word. I want to focus because what I do, I listen to every beat first. I listen to production, and if I catch nuggets of lyrics, fine. Second time, I'm listening to nothing but lyrics. I'm listening. I want to read all the metaphors. I want to listen to every single thing, every life-changing event that's happened in your life, Cole. Like, I want to hear it all, bro. I'm sorry. I know I'm a fucking fan. I'm sorry.
I gotta go my feel good, right? I gotta go front to back, and then shuffle. Because when I put it on shuffle, that's when I find what song I'm going to skip.
I hear you. I've never shuffled an album the third time though.
I'm one of those people, because once I get to the point where I know what's coming, the words are coming, like what track's coming next, then I get kind of problematic with it. Like, because I'm one of those people, I can hear the first cue, like the first drum break or something. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this track, and then it's like,
I got you.
And then I'm like, instantly, am I in the mood for it? So when you put it in shuffle, you're instantly like, am I gonna be in the mood for this track? No, go to the next.
Yeah,
one.
I got you. I got you. That's actually not that bad. I might do that with this one. I might do that. No, man, I'm looking forward to the off season, bro. I'm really looking forward to it. J. Cole, the last time he dropped what was a KOD, which was what 3 years ago.
Was there 2, 3?
I think it was 3, maybe back in 2017 or 18. No, I think it was 17 or 18 when he dropped KOD.
Jermaine? J. Cole, Jermaine.
The real is back. No, J. Cole, man, if you ever do watch this, which I highly doubt you will, bro, we looking forward to this shit, man.
Same too. You know, they got Dreamville Fest down there. Just stayed away.
Oh my God, man!
Well, I wanted to go in the first one.
I wanted to go last time when the COVID hit, and I was still in Maine anyways, man.
That was the second one for the COVID. Was it? No, that was the second one.
Okay.
After something in the water.
I had a chance to go to the first one, man, but I was like, nah, I couldn't. It was too late. Like, I felt like I didn't have the money for it. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I had to tell the wife. She would have been about it, but still, man. Dang. Oh, man. I'm really good. I hope they do it. They'll do it next year. They'll do it this year.
Festival, about it? Nah, it's a spring festival, so it's time already passed.
Yeah, so already passed now.
That's so hopefully next year. I'm gonna keep an eye open for whatever festivals get jumping. And you're right. That
subscribe.
Was 18.
18. All right. And subscribers and watchers, man, y'all be ready for this off season. We're gonna be talking about it most likely next week. We're gonna sit with it a good portion of it. And by following week, we'll have some shit.
A correction. Ain't most likely. We're talking about it next week.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. It's happening. I don't care about nobody else. For King and James, I don't care if we're talking about it. It's going to happen. Fuck it. That's going to be the episode. But, I mean, after that, man, we'll hold with bated breath until that excitement drops. But for now, we're good. We did it. We got anything else?
Yeah, we got it. You know.
All right, bro. I know this shit is gonna be some editing or some time length on it too.
Yeah, it's not long at all.
Not too crazy?
No, not too crazy.
All right. So we'll stop it right there, man. Thomas, once again, man, you the realest, bro. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for showing up. I mean, of course, you know, the other guys, they had to take care of some things, but I really do appreciate you coming back and hitting this shit out the park with me, bro.
You know it.
So last but not, we out. We done. Meet Marauders, man. What happened?
You gotta say your outro. You're not gonna say the outro.
Oh yeah, I'm about to. But this is Max, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Media Marauders, please click like and subscribe. Everything we do. Don't forget that bell on the side. Social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Please leave a comment in the videos. Let us know what we can do to better ourselves, what we can do in the future. We are going to try one of these days to hit up a spot where we could actually be in person. I have a camera. My boy Thomas, he's gonna hook me up. He's gonna tell me what I need to do. I got programs and shit that I can put on my laptop and do editing with him. So like we could be dynamic duo outside of me and Marauders too, man. but no, everyone please have a safe night. Everyone be good. Thomas, man, thanks again. James and King, hope to see you next time, man.
Be ready.
Off season, get ready, motherfuckers. We coming back with that shit, with that heat. I know J. Cole ain't gonna disappoint me, damn it. But all right, y'all have a safe night. Be easy. Till next time, peace.